and welcome back. My name is Jonna, or I go by Glamour J. I just got done putting on my makeup for the day, and I learned some new things in applying different makeup on my face. And I took some photos, and I'm going to probably make a video tomorrow and show you guys what and how I'm doing it. I wanted to come on and share with you something that hit me pretty hard last night. It's a positive, it's not a negative. And I had received a message from a dear friend of mine, Lisa. And she had, I don't really talk to her on a daily basis, and I'm going to be honest, it might be every 6 months or every year, or, but I've known her for years. But I've never met her, and it's sort of funny. I met her I had created a chat room called Angel Wings, and her and a dear friend of mine, Frances, we have been friends since, and she's like a soul sister, if that makes sense. I think some of you can relate to that. But she had called and she needed to talk. She needed to hear herself, if that makes sense. Because the reason why I'm getting at this is that we doubt ourselves some days. We wonder if we are making the right decisions, if it's going, what we make our decisions as mothers or daughters or parents or wives, are they going to accept it? And the thing is that you have to be strong, and you have to have that gut instinct of, yeah, this is what I need to do. I'm going to share a story where I saw the very first strength in a woman that helped me who I am today. This part is going to be dedicated to my mom, and I deeply apologize. I don't remember what year this happened. My mother and father had gotten divorced when I was about 6 or 7 years of age, and it was a tough divorce on both of them. And my mother soonly got married thereafter, and that's my baby. Thereafter, and we had moved from one state to another state, and this individual that she was with did not make some wise decisions, and it really affected the relationship, the family, and she had to leave him. It came down to it. It was on Christmas Eve, and she was moving us out. Growing up and not having a Christmas at that age was very traumatic, and that's probably why I go overboard in celebrating it and bringing family together. And it was in Rapid City, and we were leaving the base to move off the base into Rapid City. It was late at night, Christmas Eve, and it was snowing, it was icy, and we came off of the interstate to come onto a ramp to go up to the gate. And I remember my mother sliding off the road. We had just dropped off some items at the house, and I could see the stress, but I didn't know at that age what stress was. I didn't understand the worry of a parent was. As a child, we are selfish, or I should say selfish. We just don't understand what's really going on. We see, we feel, but I didn't know what was going on. I don't want to understand why I'm going from one place to another. As soon as the car went off the road, she laid her head on the steering wheel, and she just began crying. Being a child and seeing your parent cry is tough. And I just said, Mommy, you're okay. It's okay. We're together. That's all that matters. We're safe. Nothing's wrong with the car. We'll get out. We're okay. Let's thank God that we're okay. My mom raised her head, and I just don't want to disappoint you kids. Mom, no. And seeing that in her, and seeing how hard she worked, you know, as a child, and growing up, going through the phases that we go through, ladies, you know, teenagers. Sometimes we were not the nicest people, and we say some hateful things to our mom and our dads, but she's strong. My mom's very, very strong, and she's been through a lot. And so she's one of the women in my life that inspires me and makes me who I am today. And that's the reason, one reason, major reason why I really, really love Christmas. It's not getting the gifts. It's not all the pretty lights or how many Christmas trees Jay can put up in the house. It's making sure that people feel safe and loved and home. I remember a young lady, Tiffany, saying, God, I love to go to Jay's house because it smells so good. I just want people to remember these good memories, give them strength to say, this is what love is. So if you feel like you're about to hit your head on the driving the wheel of the car and thinking, with Lisa, be patient. Be patient and be good to yourself and listen. And so with the situation with Lisa, she had a tough time last Friday, and she was feeling guilty for it. And don't feel guilty. God's given you reasons to have those gut feelings or those instincts. So another thing that was on my mind that I wanted to discuss with you is trust. I also had this conversation with Lisa yesterday, and I was very, very blunt with her. I have issues with trust, many, many issues with trust, and there is a reasoning behind it. Being a little girl, you know, my parents separating and waiting for my father to come pick me up on that afternoon, and sitting on the front porch on the step for hours and hours and hours, and him not showing up. You get that trust issue beginning, you know. You forgive him, and you understand there's a disease going on, you know, with alcoholism. And there was stages in my life where I became very, very bitter and very angry. But the older I got, I realized it's an illness. And me being a child, I didn't understand that. But today I do understand that, and I forgive him for that. And learning for forgiveness, it's not for his benefit, it's for my benefit. It's tough. It is very, very tough, but it's the most healthiest thing that I could have done for myself. I love him. I love my father. There's things that I've done in my life that my kids won't probably ever forgive me unless they learn to forgive and understand that I am human and I do things for certain reasons. It was just the journey that God has written in my book, in that chapter. Yes, I do have the choice of what decision to go. And this is not a but. There were times during those situations where I was so not okay. So we do make some irrational decisions in our life. But the situation with trust, as being a teenager, I remember, and today, and you know, it's nice to say I have a long-lasting friendship with Linda. I have a long-lasting friendship with Lisa. And there's many, many more out there that I am very blessed to have. I remember being a teenager, and I was working, and I was making a lot of money at my age of 16. I was rolling it in. I was a waitress at Pizza Hut in Rapid City on Mount Rushmore Road, and it was during the summertime, and that is just Sturgis Raleigh, and I was banking a lot of money, and that's where a lot of the girls would come into my life, and I would buy them things. I would buy them lunches or dinners or makeup and stuff. So I had, I was really different. I was the nerd. I was not the popular kid. I didn't go to the house parties. I wasn't invited because I was the nerd. I wasn't the rich person. The stereotypes. I hate labels. Labels belong in jars, not on people. But back then, I didn't roll with the crowd. So I would take anything I could take. And I remember this one girl in high school, and it got really tiring buying things all the time. You have to give and take. And don't get me wrong, I'm not stating you're a bad person when, it's just, this is my reasoning. So she said, "You want to go out to lunch? Go get some Chinese." And there's a restaurant there. I don't even know if it's even open anymore. It's called the Great Wall. And I said, "Yeah, that sounds good. I love getting the wonton soup." And I think it was the chicken chow mein I always got. And so I had, we're eating and we're talking, we're laughing, we're being the teenager, and the bill comes. And I go, "Well, your portion is so-and-so, and I'll pay mine." She goes, "Well, no, you're paying for the whole thing." I go, "I can't do this. That's, you invited me. I will go halves on it. That's not an issue." And she goes, "I really don't have the money." I go, "Why are you doing this?" And she goes, "Because I don't have the money. I wanted to eat." And I said, "Friends don't do that." And she goes, "Well, you're really not a friend. I'm just using you." It killed me. It really hit me hard. And it affected me to who I am today. I'm very cautious what I tell people. I'm very cautious getting close to people. I will do everything and anything I can for anybody, but I will not open up that door because I'm guarded. And believe me, I'm not mad. It's just, I'm very careful. And I want you to be careful. Don't be taken advantage of. People should accept you for who you are, how beautiful or how handsome you are, how unique you are. It doesn't matter if you were in the in crowd. It matters who you are as your character and how you treat others. That really, really bothered me. So today I'm learning. I'm learning to trust. I really am. Even with family, you're very, it affected me with my members of my family sometimes because of that. So, one thing I had learned or had voiced last night, there were 3 topics I wanted to talk about. One was strength. The first where I seen the strength was with my mother during Christmas. And the moving on Christmas Eve and going off the side of the road, and she felt me. And the second was trust, building the trust and believing who really care for you, and in the give and take of relationship and character. You have to understand that you do mean something. The next thing is the title would be The Man in the Mirror, or The Woman in the Mirror. I've worn many, many masks in my life. There are people who have worked with me or have been with me and didn't realize the hell I was going through in my life. They could tell in my face with the wrinkles or the the smoking or the addictive behavior I would pick up. I am, there's certain things that happen in your life and it affects you, but it's part of that journey. You have a beginning and an end, the day you were born and the day you die. But whatever happens in the middle is going to be the beautiful part of it, because you are making a difference in someone else's life. There's a reason why you're here. So, being newly married, I'm a newlywed with my wonderful husband, Ray. We've gone through a lot for the first year, year and a half. God, just like, if this marriage can last, it can last this. With the move and the moving to a new state, a new city, a new environment, customs, traditions, not being with no families and friends, and then boom, you have a major accident. So you go through your marriage and you have your vows through sickness and through health. Okay, this is going to be one of them. So going through the year, when I first got here in El Paso, I was really gung-ho. I was so positive. I thought, a new beginning. That chapter's closed. I will still remain my family and friends, but I can begin my life. My life, I can do that. And then March 6th, and my world ended. I got angry, I got ugly, I got dark. I hated it. I hated it here. I was so alone. The fear of cancer. Then Ray leaving because of work. It's not his control. I was scared. Yes, I have family that love me. Yes, I have friends that love me. And I kept on looking at myself in the mirror thinking, why are you so miserable? My health and the pain and going through all of that was just overwhelming. Looking at the man in the mirror and I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? And so last year, about this time, Ray had given me a book that he received about forgiveness, and I read it, and it was a powerful book, and it really helped me see who I am as an individual. And so during that time, I faced a lot of fears, and I'm still angry being here, being alone. Until this past January, finding out there's no cure, you're going to only manage what's going on in your life. It's like a sentence. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, God made that chapter, but I'm going to make the best out of it. I'm not going to bitch anymore, and I apologize for cussing, but I'm not going to complain anymore, and I'm not going to say, feel sorry for me. I'm going to do something different, because I deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to be healthy, to be happy, to if you have something, take care of yourself. You come first. So I did. And this past week, I don't know if the light bulb came on or what, and people are nicer to me, and I'm thinking, God, what's going on? Is it because of my makeup? Is it because of the way I am? And I looked at Ray, and I just thought, it's me. It's my attitude. It's how I'm seeing it. It's not how they're seeing me. It's how I'm seeing it. If I come out with a positive attitude and smile, I'm going to get it back. And I'm happy. I'm actually happy. I am okay being here in El Paso. I'm okay. It's a beautiful place. It's history. It's dry. I don't have to worry about showing the driveway. I don't have to worry about, I have not had a tornado. I have 70, 80 degrees out here in the month of March and April. I have a wonderful best friend Ray with me. I have a beautiful family. I am really, really blessed. So when I got up this morning to get ready, as I do, I wanted to have some topics, and then I thought, the man in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, tomorrow may never come, but today is new. And I'm going to be good to you. Be good to you. Be good to yourself. And say to yourself, because I deserve it. Because I have a good heart. And God has me here for a reason. And He does. So, I want all of you to have a beautiful day. I really do. Remember Christmas. Strength. Love. Family. Don't give up hope. Lunch. You find out more about yourself when you let your guard down. Don't be taken advantage of. Find out who your true friends are. And don't lose them. And be good to them. And allow them to be good to you. And the man in the mirror, the lady in the mirror, you take at least 5-10 minutes every day, and your alone time. Pray or meditate or do what's healthy for you. Seriously, it'll make a difference. So I want all of you to have a beautiful day. I love you, and I care, and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, or share it to your friends. I do have a group there on Facebook called J Angel Wings, or Jay's, I think it's Jay's Angel Wings. That sounds horrible, but I will put a link down there on the very bottom. And it's dealing with people who are dealing with all kinds of things, ranging from abuse to neglect to a whole range for men and women. It's just not specified to women. It's specified for all. We're all together. We're all in this together. We're a team. Empower each other. And so I want you to know I'm here and I am listening. And I thank you for listening. And God bless. Love you. Look, Lemma J.